All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. I'm Misty and
I'm Tom. And together we are Raise Your Vibration.
That's right. So, as we've been starting off every day, if you want to just take a minute and write down the Reiki principles, that would be.
Do they need them?
Well, I don't know if they haven't written them down, they should write them down.
Right,
and if they have written them down, they should write them down again.
Right, I'll change it to the principles for people. Bear with me.
Oh, yeah.
Bear with me. Oh, this
screen. Today I'm out behind my home because everyone in my house seems to still be sleeping. So I'm out here and I'm on my telephone. So my cell phone.
It looks lovely.
Yep, I sat where the feather was laying, so. Okay. So yeah, everyone, if you want to go ahead and write those down. Our practice, what we're doing is just sharing some tools for a spiritual practice. And it's centered around the Reiki principles. So Tom, if you want to go ahead and switch it again to the outline or the agenda.
Yeah, no problem. Bear with me. It's so funny using this once it's in there. Here we go. I got it. Yay. So today we're going to set some intentions, do a grounding practice, chant the Reiki principles, do some breath work, work with Om again, and we will be concentrating on do not anger, and then have some journal prompts. Are we ready?
Yep.
What do you want first, Misty?
We're just gonna first we'll ground. So if you all just want to sit, lay down, stand up, just be still. Close your eyes. As we start everything, we start with 3 ohms. Om. Om. Now, if you can just imagine you're standing in a field of nice green soft grass. And just imagine that you're barefoot. You feel the earth beneath your feet. You feel the warmth or the coolness. You feel the energy of Mother Nature. Imagine your feet with roots going down deep deep into the earth. It's steady, it's balancing, providing you energy. As you breathe in, take that energy up into your body. Your legs, your thighs, your hips, your torso. Breathe it into your heart. Feel your heart expanding. Take that energy through your chest, your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands. And with the next breath, just pull it through your head. Just feel it circulating throughout your body, back down into the earth, back up through your body. With your next inhale, pull it all the way up to your head, and then breathe it out through the top of your head and send it to the infinite, out into the universe, to everything. Take a couple more breaths. Great. So now we're just going to go ahead and move into the chanting of the Reiki principles. So we're going to play a chant, and if you've written down the principles or if you know them, then you can go ahead and say them out loud or just to yourself, but through your heart. So Tom, whenever you're ready. You want to go ahead and do the Reiki chant, Tom?
The philosophy of Reiki is rooted in 5 principles. And these principles provide guidance for healing and balancing your Reiki energy. Every morning and every night, sit in Gusho with your palms placed together and speak these words out loud in your heart. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others. Just for today, do not anger. Do not worry. Be grateful. Work with diligence. Be kind to others.
Thank you. If I apologize, we do need to set some intentions. So if you want to write down what it is that you would like to focus on today for yourself, and write that down in your journal. That way you can reflect on it the rest of the day and go back to it at the end of the day. So next we're just going to go through, because the way this is kind of set up is we're going to do 1 week of the same practices. So you have some um, practice with the practice. So we're going to just go right into breath work. So let's just sit and observe your breath, just naturally breathing and flowing through. And then we'll go on to that square breath, the 4 count breath. You want to just close your eyes. If you can sit and just sit up straight with your hands on your knees, kind of the easiest position to be in. So if everyone wants to breathe freely, naturally, at ease, and just focus on your breath. And if a thought comes, let it come. Just focus on your breath. Distractions come into your field, let them come. Just focus on your breath. If your mind needs a little something to think about, try when you inhale, breathe in love. When you exhale, breathe out fear. Now we're going to practice that 4-part breath, which is breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And wait for 4 seconds. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale. Hold. Just flow with the rhythm of that. Since we've done this a few times, let's go ahead and change it to 6 seconds. We'll go through it a couple times together. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale. Great. I hope you all enjoyed that. At least it gave you the chance to clear your mind, balance, and hopefully just oxygenate your body. Next on our agenda, and we're going through it kind of quickly, is the Om chant, the Om mantra. Once again, when you use Om as a chant or a mantra, instead of saying it as it's written OM, say it in 3 parts. So it's A, O, M. So when we start playing it, if Tom, if you could mute everyone's microphone, so you don't have to listen to me. If you say it out loud, you're going to be able to feel the vibration of it, of that sound. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tom. So next we're gonna move on to looking at the Reiki principles again. The last few days we've kind of concentrated a little bit on just for today. So today we're moving on to do not anger.
You right, everyone? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right, let me just find my slides. 1 second. The joy. Where are they? Okay, like I don't know if anyone was not here yesterday, but we went over just for today. But I'll put the slides in the post from yesterday because I forgot because I was like kind of confused of how to use YouTube, but I'm back with it now. But I'll do that. But today we're going to talk about anger. So if you want to have a little read of what I've wrote.
Tom, could you read it out loud? I'm sorry.
I can.
can't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. So just for today, do not anger. Basically, experiencing anger is not necessarily a bad thing. It signals to us that someone has or something has perhaps crossed the boundary. What it actually matters is how we deal with anger. When something makes you persistently angry, try to get to the root of it. Like sit with it for a moment and think, why have I got angry? Is it worth giving this energy? Because like we are humans and we do get angry, but it's about how we express it, I guess. Because I think if you express anger all the time and like try and live in that sort of thing, it does have effects on you. And like your triggers just get worse and worse and worse and worse because you're just suppressing it all the time rather than letting it come forward. And I got some nice look. I have like favorite quotes, but it took me ages. I've got so many favorite quotes around the principles. But Aristotle said, anyone can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person and to the right degree at the right time for the right purpose and the right way, that is not easy within everybody's power. And it's not an easy thing. It's not. It does take practice because when I was going through the principles like 5-6 years ago, when I first started, anger was a big thing for me. And like it is one that I had a lot of time to work with. So it's like, yeah, it does take practice. And another good quote is letting go gives ourselves freedom. Freedom is the only condition for happiness. In our heart, if we still cling to anything, anger, anxiety, possessions, we cannot be free. So it's like, I guess, being able to express your anger in a free way without like letting it get on top of you is a really freeing experience. And I thought today we could explore anger. So I've got quite a few journal questions, but they're quite short ones. So if you'd like to write the journal questions down, but the first one is, if anger was a color, what would it be? So like just have a think to yourself, like what comes to you and just jot it down. And if it had a sound, same thing. If it had a taste, if it had a texture, if it had a smell, and what you feel like when you're angry. I guess it's just a few questions so you can really like explore anger with the senses, I guess. Use all your senses to explore anger rather than just your emotions so you can get a bigger picture of how anger feels to you, I guess. I think that's all I've got really on the anger. I don't really want to go too much into it because I just want to briefly sort of skate across each principle every day. But yeah, again, the slides will be in the event post, so don't worry about that. They'll be there if you don't have time to write them down. But I'll give you like a couple of minutes to write them down. If you want to say anything while we're waiting, Misty, you're welcome.
I think anger just speaking of anger, I think anger for a lot of people is a very difficult one to walk through because anger sometimes comes from expectations that aren't met. So their disappointments, anger, someone didn't do what you wanted them to do or didn't act in the way that you were hoping. Lots of times, if you look at that anger, if you look behind the anger, you know, it's fear or the ego. And the ego
Uh,
always, you know, works in fear. The
And
fear
I
of
think,
loss of something from yourself, whether it is an experience, an expectation, a physical material thing. What were you saying, Tom?
yeah, I think there's a lot of anger, like there's a lot of shadow work in anger as well, because anger comes from like lots of experiences through life, isn't it? Like lots and lots. And it's sort of
Yeah.
just, from my experience, it just sort of, I used to like bury my anger a lot, and then it would just come out like in the worst possible way ever. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it, I think there is a lot to like exploring it, because you do give people your power when you get angry. Like it's like giving your divinity away because you've lost your shit, and like it's like, I don't know. Do you get me? It's
Yeah,
just,
definitely.
I don't know. For me personally, it was the hardest principle to work on.
There's also a lot in how we get angry with ourselves, right?
Yeah, totally.
When
There's a
we
lot in that.
disappoint ourselves, or we don't think, you know, we don't think we're good enough, we have regret, all of that.
Yeah, I used to be really bad when I did something wrong or did something the wrong way. I used to get like so judgmental and angry with myself. Like definitely. But with daily practice and like looking at it, and the universe did definitely give me lots of practice in like improving my anger, little lessons coming along. But yeah, if you work on it every day, it does work. You just want to just explore it, explore why you're angry, like where does it come from, what energy I'm giving away when I do it. Just have a good look at it, I guess. That's me done, Misty, if you want to carry on.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we're right at about a half an hour, so that's lovely. We do want to say that we are going to, what day did we decide to have a discussion? On Wednesday?
I've changed it so many times. Friday?
Um,
Was it not Friday? Was it Friday? It was
oh, it was,
Friday.
you're
Friday.
right, on Friday. So each Friday after the Zoom practice, we'll stay on, we'll stop the recording and stay on and just have open discussions if anyone wants to join us for that.
Talk about
Also,
whatever you want spiritual.
yeah, yeah. Or if you have any questions. Also, of course, if you have any questions, you're welcome to, you know, contact us, message us, or post a reply, whether it's on what Facebook or any of the groups, or now on YouTube. You're welcome to do that as well.
Thank
I
you,
think
everybody, for coming. It's been amazing.
yes, thank you. I hope you all got to experience at least a couple seconds of peace, joy, bliss, silence. And that's really what it's about, right?
And a really good thing, next time you feel yourself getting angry, try reciting the principles to yourself, because it gives you that 5-10 seconds just to stop and think. It really works, just from experience. Everyone
Just
have a look.
one more reminder, all of these practices, the grounding, chanting or repeating the Reiki principles, doing some breath work, chanting, saying, thinking, Om, all of these things you can do throughout the day. You don't have to sit down and, you know, make it like this big ordeal. You can just do it when you're walking around, when you're living your day-to-day life. And also, it's always good to set up a spiritual practice. So if you don't have a spiritual practice set up, we invite you to do that. The best way to set it up is to find a place that you can go to every time at a certain time every day for a certain duration every day. So if I say I'm going to go sit down for 10 minutes every day in my backyard, on my patio, in my bedroom, at my dining room table, whatever it is. Just do that. And as you continue to do that, you're going to cultivate that energy, and you'll find that the distractions will kind of dissolve a lot quicker, and you'll really be able to raise your vibration. All right. I think that's all I have.
That's all I have to. Have a lovely day, everybody, or evening,
Thank
or
you.
thank you for coming.
Namaste.